Chapter 9. Who Let the Dogs Out? I'm not loafing. I work so fast that I'm always finished. Anonymous. Who let the dogs out? The 10%ers. Some guys are not cutting it out there. They are not contributing to the fight for union construction. You know it, and I know it, and they probably know it too, but they probably don't give it a second thought. Well, here are some questions you need to ask. What percentage of guys on the job are not pulling their weight? What percentage are not living up to the union yes promise that we're going to make? What percentage are not bringing the right skills, attitudes, or behaviors to the job? What I usually hear is at least 10% of the guys. These 10% guys are unskilled, selfish, impaired, or all of the above. They're an obstacle to our competing and winning. They're anchors that are tied around our necks pulling us under, and they are killing us in the market every single day by breaking our promise of greater union value. What do you think would happen if 10% of McDonald's hamburgers made people puke? Or if 10% of Red Wing boot heels fell off? Or if 10% of Trojans broke? That's right, they'd go out of business. And since we're selling union construction as the best value for your money, these guys are hurting us badly. In case you're not sure how to spot these guys, let's do a quick survey. The I got mine guys. Some guys have the attitude that, I got mine, so who cares? That kind of thinking is exactly how we lost the marketplace. Selfishness like that is why there's fewer and fewer guys getting their shot at being union craftspeople. Now don't get me wrong, if a guy got his because he's the best worker on every job site, that's great, and he deserves it. But if a guy got his because the union contract and the business agent are there to protect his dead ass, that's a different story. I got mine is not how unions in this industry became great. You don't get yours because you're entitled to it. You get yours by earning it. Know-it-alls. Every job site has a know-it-all, and most of the time, it's not a foreman or supervisor. It's funny how the know-it-all is almost never chosen to lead, and there's a good reason for this. It's because 99% of the time, he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's amazing you got this far in life without the know-it-all's advice. He'll insist on giving you the benefit of his wisdom, and the know-it-all has no use for anything you have to say. He always knows better. And believe me, he'll tell you so at every opportunity. He'll tell you why he should be foreman, why you're doing your job wrong, and how the union is totally screwed up, and on and on and on. You need exactly 5 words to communicate with the know-it-all. Why don't you shut up? Maybe he'll take it personally, but so what? The know-it-all takes everything personally anyway. This is just one more guy looking to waste your time and exaggerate his inflated sense of self-importance. I'm not helping somebody take my job. In the old days, more experienced workers thought that if they taught the young guys too much, the young guys might take their jobs. Now it's different. If we don't pass on what we know, non-union workers will get all the jobs. Plus, who do you think is going to be paying into the pension and health and welfare funds when you're a bald, gray, toothless, grumpy old bastard? Job site whiners. Whiners have problems. Lots of them. In fact, life is so unfair, and they expect you to listen to them bellyache about it. Here's a newsflash. Complaining never got anything built, and nonstop bitching never improved anything. These are the people who always see the glass as half empty. People like this are almost always unhappy anyway. They can't face that fact, so they talk about everything and everyone else. They feed off negativity and look to get others into the same mindset. My advice, look for people on the job who are there because they want to be there. A 4-fingered flip-off? There's certain guys on the work site who think safety is not cool. They're too cool to wear goggles or hearing protection. They think tying off is for sissies. They ride in buckets and go into unshored trenches, and they don't lock out and block out. And they're the ones who end up getting hurt or worse. 20 years in this business, and like everyone else, I've seen guys get injured, crippled, and even killed because of one moment of stupidity. That's all it takes. One careless moment can take days, weeks, months, or even years of recovery. Or it can be all over just like that. Don't become a four-fingered macho man. I mean, what if you have to flip somebody off? Loser number 27, workers' compensation scammers. Construction is hard physical work. Even careful guys can get hurt or disabled. There's a system in place to take care of guys who get hurt on the job, and it's called workers' compensation insurance. It's set up to help anybody who gets hurt on the job. If you get hurt, workers' compensation pays your medical expenses, rehabilitation, and whatever else you need. It's there to protect you. Never let anyone talk you out of getting treatment if and when you need it. It's one of your basic rights on any job site. On the other hand, you'll meet guys who look at workers' comp as a free ride. They'll scam it by exaggerating minor injuries, taking time off when they don't need to, and filing claim after claim after claim. Worker comp scammers hurt union construction. False claims raise the contractor's insurance costs. Dollars paid out for false claims end up coming out of the contractor's pocket, and your future raises and benefit increases. The guy scamming the system is actually ripping us all off in the long run. Plus, workers' comp costs are based on how much a contractor pays per hour. If his comp premiums go up, it's harder for him to compete with non-union contractors and their lower-paid workers. It's a double whammy. Besides all the cost and competitiveness issues, scamming workers' comp is just plain wrong. What kind of guy goes to work in the morning thinking, how can I scam the system today? A man with self-respect doesn't pull that kind of penny-ante shit. Bottom line, use workers' comp when you need it and in the right way. Job site politicians. Somebody wants your vote. He's running for most important guy on the job site. This guy spends a lot of time campaigning. The trouble is, all the time he spends trying to boost his self-image is time he could be spending doing productive work. He's always looking for others who will listen to him and make him feel important. Job site politicians are insecure. They need constant attention and approval. They're trying to get it on the job, and they're selfish about it. Don't give him your vote. Vote for yourself and your future instead. Suggest to the candidate that he go look for somebody who cares.